Alright, we are to our destination, and hopefully we're going to catch some crappies today. That's kind of what we're after here. Looked around a little bit for some fish and found some marks. So we're going to see if we can't bring a couple crappies topside here. Fired up the old Markham today. Haven't used this thing in a long time, and I always like this thing. This is LX5i, one of the old ones, and the only one's using live scope, and I got a Helix 7, but I want to try the old timer today. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I'm up here just on Lake of the Woods trying to fish some crappies. Looks like we're in about 26 feet of water. What you're looking for up here is you're looking for kind of holes on the end of points or holes along shoreline, some deeper water, and crappies typically congregate kind of in that. I got one down here that's messing around right now. One thing about Lake of the Woods crappies is you kind of have to be here really early. We were out here before sunrise today and we punched a ton of holes. We're looking for fish. Didn't really find a lot of active fish. This spot here is kind of a more high percentage spot that I fished in the past. Typically how I fish them, it's a very small jig, and especially now with the bait ban up here in Ontario, but the crappie magnet, this has been just a tried and true little plastic for me over the past number of years. Caught a lot of crappies on these, and actually some walleyes too. There's a little feller coming looking at us. That's a little bit better mark. Just to get him to bite, these crappies can be so timid. Oh, I took it away from them. Oh, they can be so timid. Just come up and kiss the bait, especially after a cold front like we're just kind of went through. It, a 20-degree temperature drop. This is the, I don't know if you can see this here, I'll show you this to you. I'll do a little better than that. Just a little gold jig and this little white crappie magnet. You want to make sure this bait is, if you're going to use this, is pushed all the way ahead so it's as straight as possible. And then of course you're going to make sure that you're not, it's pointed towards your hook, that way you have, your bait sits horizontal like this. And so you want it to sit in the water, you want it to sit at, you want it to sit straight, you want it to be pointed down, you don't want your bait pointing vertical or anything like that. Let's see if we can get back down there and maybe convince him again. It's really tough. These crappies can just be, they'll look, just like their jaws are locked. They'll look and look and look and look and chase, but they will not commit. I might try a jig and wrap here, a small one here in a little bit, maybe if I don't get any takers. I like to sit my bait 2 feet off the bottom. And it just depends. You got to really see what kind of mood they're in. If they're really fired up, once that bait's going down, they'll come up off the bottom and meet it, and that's when you know you're probably going to get into them pretty good. But today, they're just showing up here every so often and just slowly coming up to it. And like on a lot of bodies of water, you find your crappie suspended. Lake of the Woods, more so from my experience anyway, a lot of them are pretty close to the bottom. Don't know what it is about Lake of the Woods, if it's stained water, if it's, it could be too, they don't want to be higher up in the water column, makes them more susceptible to predators like big pike and muskie and stuff. I guess I don't quite know, but. There's one. I brought out the greatest lure of all, and that is my cell phone. This feels like a better crappie. I think I got him hooked pretty good. Yeah, this is a nicer one, but he's not big. But he's a little bit bigger. He's actually eating size anyway. That's what we're looking for. It took me forever to coax him. He's still on the small side. He's probably only 9-10 inches, but I'm going to make dinner out of him. So hopefully we can put a few more bigger ones than this on the ice, but this is a small one for Lake of the Woods, but it is still a crappie. It's what I'm targeting, and looks like I got my work cut out for me. But here is the greatest lure ever invented. Phone. This is another great lure. Coffee cup. As soon as you start fiddling with one of those, fish decide to turn on. Oh, we got marks showing up all over the screen here. Likely, wow, you probably can't even see that, but it's just nuts right now. But it's likely tulipies. They like this little crappie magnet too. They were looking at it, but they decided to leave. There's a mark about 2 feet off the bottom. Drop down to him and see what happens. It's not moving up, so that's not a good sign. And he gone. Makes your heart pitter-patter a little bit when all of a sudden your screen just lights up like that, but it's likely. Could be crappies, but I think it's more likely that it's just tullabies just moving on through. Oh, we got fish. Oh, there he is, actually. Got him finally. That took like 45 minutes of messing around with that guy. And he's on the smaller side. But it is a crappie. About the same as the last one. Probably a 9-incher, maybe 10. I don't have a tape with me, but he's not real big. But finally there got to be another mark. And I think maybe it's the competition that finally turned him on. But man, oh man, is it just, they're just so tentative. But you know, it's really fun. There's been days when I've came here both open water and hard water like this and just clobbered them. And then there's most of the days when you come here like this and you sit and wait and wait and wait and wait, and then you wait some more. I'd love to, you know, sit here and release these guys and catch fish. I mean, if they were biting, you know, pretty hardcore, but these just in my experience, these crappies 22, 23 feet and over, they just don't seem to release that well. And I know guys will disagree with that all day long, but I'm not going to come out here, catch fish, let them go, knowing that I'm giving them a death sentence and they're just going to be eagle food or something like that. So there's another flicker on the bottom. Oh, he hit it actually pretty decent that time. This is a crappie. This is a better one, but I don't know. Oh, this feels better. This has got to be a walleye. He came up way too fast to hit it. Messed around with him, but I don't know. He's got. I'm not sure what this is. I'm hoping hopeful it's a crappie. If it is, it's a nice one. Bring him up a little slow so I don't knock him off. Come on, be a crappie. Be a crappie. And it is a walleye. It is an eater-sized walleye. Walleyes will hit that crappie magnet too. Little eater will let him go. Thank you for playing. I thought he came up just a little too aggressively to be a crappie. It was hopeful, but not quite what I was looking for. But if it had been a different day, well, I'm welcoming any fish that wants to come bite, but I was really hopeful that was a crappie. But this crappie magnet, it will catch everything. You know, northerns, bass. It works really good on bass in the winter, and it will catch walleyes too. Get back down there and go for crappie number 3. It's one thing about up here, you know, you can be in a good crappie hole and there'll be walleyes in there too occasionally. More so probably fall and summer. You may find a smallmouth bass mixed in there too, but wintertime, a lot of times it's crappies. But you know, we're not real far from structure either, so sometimes you will have some walleyes come filtering through here. I've caught some decent walleyes in this spot before. This must be a crappie here because he's just kind of sitting and... Oh, I felt him. Oh, he just nubbed it. Bigger mark too. Come on. There he is. Ah, whiff. And now my bait presentation is probably screwed up, so probably not going to get another crack at him. Just so light. Get that knot back down where it belongs. See if we can. He did not come from the bottom. He came suspended off from the side. Had him twice there and kind of blew it. Pretty good at doing that. Just you could just barely feel him. Maybe just had the tail of it. I see him down there again. I don't know. It just seems like it's a mix of just dead sticking and then just with every little light little just movement you give it with your rod, those little tails on that crappie magnet just kind of flutter, and that sometimes seems like all you need to do is just so lightly. Getting to move again. A little competition. There's another one down there too. Oh, come on. Competition is always good. He's right on it, but can't feel him. That's a problem too. I hate to reel because it does. He's gonna go back down again. Just follow him down and it's kind of like a two-step. Step 1 is to get him off the bottom. Step 2 is just to entice him into biting. Just gotta keep working him. There he is. Oh, finally caught him. Barely felt that bite. This is a crappie. This is a nicer one. Much nicer one. Oh, that is a nice crappie. That's a nicer crappie. That's a nice one. It's a little bigger than the other ones. That's probably, he might go 13. Really had to work that guy. Man alive. Just work. I didn't think I was going to get him to bite, but I did. That's a better one. Do I have something to measure him with? I sure do. Not ultra accurate, but the old, let's see. I think he's going to go probably 13. You're not going to be able to see this probably. Yeah, 12 and a half. So a substantially nicer crappie. You know, and even back in the old days, we caught a lot nicer ones than this pretty commonly. So this actually feels pretty good in my hand. I had to work that fish, then let it sit still, let it sit still, let it sit still. You'd follow it up and down, but there is the end result. Let's try get 2 more. A little bit better mark. There he comes. Actually, come out. Oh, pretty good. There he is. Nice. 3 marks there. Those fish were actually more aggressive. Looks like it's a bit on the smaller side. Oh, that's a nice crappie. It's not bad at all. A little bit on the smaller side, but definitely will work. There's another one down there. We'll see if we can't get down to him. It's on the smaller side, but if we can catch this other one here, and we'll be done. Come on, let's see if this works. That'd be a cool way to finish it out. Likely those fish are probably the same size. Got the little more aggressive one of the two. We're right at noon. There he comes. Just seen his buddy come up. There's actually 2 more down there. This one's not charging it like that one did. Oh, he touched it. Come on. He's gonna make me work for it. That's okay. I don't expect you to give yourself up. There he is. Nope. He's just nosing it. Just nosing it. Come on. Get one of these guys to bite. Come on. There he is. Ah. Nope. Oh, shoot. They're just touching it. Just trying to get that last one. He's looking at it, but there we go. Got him. Had to work for him, but this is the busiest it's been all day. Not real big, but it's decent. Tangle in my transducer. There he comes. Oh, he's wants to come up the other hole. Really? For a little fiasco, there he is. A little on the smaller side, like I anticipated. I figured he'd be the same size as the other one, but that is a conservation. Boy, he got that hook dug in there really good. There's a conservation limit, and there's more down there, but I'm not going to sit here and catch and release because they don't survive. So, but that is just one thing I found over the years of fishing up here for crappies, is this has been my go-to bait. It's just this little crappie magnet. It's only probably 2 inches, 2¼ inches, whatever. Just a small, you know, one of the lightest jigs you can get away with. This is what is this anyway? This is made by Crappie Magnet too. This is a double cross, and yeah, double cross 1/8 ounce. And this one is just kind of in a gold color. And I've just found that works for me is this little white grub, split tail, whatever it is. It's not sitting perfect right now, but when that sits in the water, those little tails just dance, and it just seems to work. So it's noon. I really didn't think this was going to happen. We were going to catch a limit of these guys, but got a limit of them. Still got fish down there. Hate to leave fish, you know, when they're, especially when all of a sudden they started biting. But I'm not going to sit here and just catch fish and release them and know that they're not going to survive. So probably going to pick up and go and try catch some walleyes maybe in this afternoon run. Don't have all day, not going to be able to sit out here all day. Got to go home today, but going to be back up here. You can bet we'll be chasing more crappies, walleyes, and when we get better ice, we're going to be going after some lake trout too. So appreciate you guys watching. Hope you can get out and enjoy God's great outdoors. See you on the next one.